Dear viewers, today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Sathvik, founder and CEO of Unocoin. So we'll directly ask him because all you guys have asked a lot of questions about this Bitcoin and Unocoin. So today we'll directly hear from Mr. Sathvik, who is founder and Unocoin, founder and CEO of Unocoin. Welcome, Mr. Sathvik, to our YouTube channel.
Thank you. Thank you, Prasanjit. Nice to meet you this way.
Yeah, thanks. So first of all, tell me what is all about this Unocoin platform is all about?
So we were initially a platform for Indians to get registered and be able to buy and sell Bitcoin. Okay. So in other words, it's an online portal and a mobile application where our customers would sign up and then use their money to buy Bitcoin. And if they already have Bitcoin and they're selling it, get the money to their bank account.
Okay.
So that's how we start. Yeah.
Okay. So say, for example, if I have Bitcoins, so I can also sell the Bitcoin in your platform, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Okay. So the next questions that comes in my mind is how India is positioned to get benefit from this Bitcoin and all. What's the future of Bitcoin? I mean, what you can see the future of it in India?
Yeah, I think, a technology like Bitcoin is quite meant for a developing country like India. So on one side, we have such an young population and they kind of understands how to use the mobile applications, and they have smart mobile phones which usually have internet connections, etc. And these conditions are not true in a lot of developed countries as well, right? So then they will be able to take advantage of being connected and being able to buy and sell and trade and get into this technology and such. And on the other side, I mean, India is like a gold lovers market, right? So and on average, about 20% of the houses in India hold as much as 2 lakh rupees worth of gold at least. So that's like big amount of gold. And they also say because of the properties that the gold and Bitcoin shares, like common properties, we say Bitcoin is like digital gold, and the youngsters are now looking at investing into this digital gold instead of normal physical gold, as long as investment itself is concerned. Right? Okay. And India is also one of the biggest incoming remitters for the money from their expat family members from UAE, Singapore, or Europe, etc. And they actually spend a lot of money as fees to make that money move from wherever they are earning to India. By using a technology like Bitcoin, they'll be able to make the movement of money fast and free. So I mean, there are many other advantages, but yeah, these 3 or 4 is what I can think of like really important.
Okay, okay, fair enough. So can you please tell me how Unocoin makes money? So say, for example, if I register at Unocoin platform for intention of buying and selling Bitcoin, then how can Unocoin makes money, or what kind of fees I need to pay to Unocoin? Is there any annual fees or anything all about?
Yeah, so we are, so when people like buy and sell Bitcoin and Ether and USD, there is a fee that we charge them in terms of percentage, which is as of now at 0.7%.
Okay.
So let's say if you want to buy 1,000 rupees worth of Bitcoin, then the fees is 7 rupees. It is as simple as that. And then that fees is what will become the revenue for us to provide the platform and manage our expenses and such. There are many other services that we provide where we actually don't make the revenue, but provide it for the benefit of our customers. Say, for example, there is a plan called systematic buying plan. So where our customers can buy the pieces of smaller pieces of Bitcoin over a period of time. Right. So which means, let's say if we only want to invest 100 rupees every month, for example, right? So, and there is a program which would run on our platform to buy them 100 rupees worth of Bitcoin every month, as long as they keep the deposit with us. So that happens at 0% fees, which is like free, right? Okay. And then we also allow our customers to top up their mobile phones, pay their DTH bills. And very recently, we also introduced a feature where our customers can buy the vouchers of e-commerce portals like Amazon and Flipkart, right? So that also happens at 0 fees and such. So there are many things where that our customers will be able to do without actually like paying the fees. But our bread earner is when our customers buy and sell Bitcoin by paying a small amount of fees for us.
So apart from that, is there any annual charges or any sort of charge in Unocoin? Nothing. Okay.
We don't have anything.
Apart from
So it's
this,
only transaction.
okay, there is no other charges. And as you mentioned, like the systematic investment, so can I consider it as a SIP in mutual fund? Like while we do SIP in mutual fund, simply every month a particular amount deducts. So it's like the same in Bitcoin Unocoin platform as well, right? Okay, so we'll move to our next question. This is a very interesting question. Like, what if Unocoin shuts down? There can be two reasons. First of all, Indian government can ban, and another reason can be, say, for example, Unocoin themselves, I mean, for any monetary issues or whatever, Unocoin themselves shut down. So there can be both the possibilities. So what will happen to the investors or those who purchased Bitcoin from your platform if Unocoin shuts down for whatever the reason?
Sure. So when people buy Bitcoin from us, they always have the ability to withdraw it to their own wallet or any other wallets. So once that is done, actually there is zero dependency on us, right?
Okay.
And however, let's say if it is from government, which that kind of shutdown instructions comes up, then I strongly believe there will be some lead time during which our customers will be able to withdraw their Bitcoin to their wallet, and they may give like a couple of months at least, because the government definitely know that there are way too many investors who are already have got into this particular space, and such sudden immediate instructions would only make so much of people to lose their investments and such, and that is like very unlikely to happen. Government is there to protect people, right? So, and on the other side, no matter what, I will still continue to recommend that if you are investing a lot of money which you cannot afford to lose for whatever reason, and if you don't want to trust governments or even the company where you are buying it from, you can just withdraw it and keep it. So we provide even the instructions of how to do that, so that it can be held safely in their own home, in a physical form, so that they use it only like when it is time for it.
Okay. Okay. So here comes another question. So is it like, can I buy or sell Bitcoin 24 hours in a day? Like, or is there any such a trading period or like this?
No, see, the Bitcoin and not even Bitcoin, like more than all other cryptocurrencies, right? So they work on the internet. So it is not like a particular country or a time zone in which it needs to work. It's just like emails, like that you can send cryptocurrencies from one place to one place, and it happens 24 hours a day. In a similar way, people want to buy and sell crypto as well. All the platforms that I know of provide the 24-hour service in our website as well, in our app as well. Yeah, it could be midnight, 12 a.m. or 4 a.m. or 2 p.m. So whatever it is, there will be a price at which customers will be able to buy and sell Bitcoin. The price will depend upon the market conditions and market prices.
We'll move forward for the next question. So we know that in India, Bitcoin is still not a legal tender. But what if tomorrow Indian government bans Bitcoin or such cryptocurrency transactions as well?
The legal tender is different from classifying it in other assets, like it could be equity or commodity or anything like that, right? So, in fact, apart from Indian rupee, there is no other legal tender at all in India. Like how we have foreign currencies where there are some transactions happening, then there are assets, then there are commodities, then there are equities, etc. So, like all of these exist through the say exchange fees between or exchange price between the Indian rupees and these kinds of different assets.
Yeah.
I definitely don't anticipate India to consider Bitcoin as a legal tender. And even though there are some very underdeveloped countries which are at great risk of economy, which have thought that, okay, at least let Bitcoin save their country, and they have done it that way. But I don't, definitely we're not in that situation in India. And just because it is not legal tender does not make it illegal. Then if that is the case, like everything apart from Indian rupees is illegal. That's not the case, right? So very likely in India, I think we will see it being classified as an asset or a digital asset, that people will be able to buy it and be able to sell it. And if they get gains, they'll be able to pay the income taxes for it and be able to square it off with it.
Okay. So the next question, can you tell me the tax implications. For example, if I purchase Bitcoin and sell and make money, say for example 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs, or whatever, what are the tax implications both on the short term and all as well as the long term? Is there any short term capital gain tax, long term capital gain tax as such in Bitcoin or not?
See, the exact categorization of how exactly this gets treated is unknown. So
Okay.
either it will be one of the two, one depending upon how frequently you're trading
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin. The income tax department will say that okay, that is not like asset for you, but it is a business for you. If they say it is a business where like day and night that's what you're trying to do, then it gets treated as a business income, and the taxation for that goes from the slabs, right? So 10%, 20%, and 30% slabs will be applicable. But let's say if an individual has only done a very few number of trades every year, which where it is more considered like an asset, where he was investing how people would invest in real estate, etc. So he has done only a like limited number of transactions, and then he has earned gains in those transactions. Then he would actually say, okay, I treated it as an asset, and it is the capital gains that he has got, depending upon when exactly those bitcoins was acquired. If it is within last 2 years, it will become short-term capital gains, and if it is more than 2 years, it will become long-term capital gains.
Okay. So, Mr. Sadhvik, so simply I mentioned like one should consult a qualified chartered accountant before filling the tax. Am I right?
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, a lot of times for the chartered accountants as well, this is something new.
Hmm.
So it is still important for the person who is filing taxes to give a little bit of background of what you are trying to do, so that he'll be able to analyze it properly and give you the right solutions.
Okay.
So usually for most of the investors, it will be long-term, short-term capital gains, which will
Hmm.
fall under 20% or 30% of income tax that we will have to pay. And that is pretty much the information that we have. So when there is new rules for it, you will have to take care. So yeah, chartered accountants advice is definitely preferable.
Okay. So, my next question would be like, what are the key things that an investor should remember before investing in cryptocurrencies?
Okay. So the first thing they should remember is that this is a industry that only exists since 12 years.
Hmm.
And which means it is still like very new.
Hmm.
And I mean, which means it's like not mature, and some of them, or maybe most of them, could still be in experimental stages when it comes to the technology that has been identified and such. And also because of the way the volatility exists in the prices of these kinds of cryptocurrencies, I wouldn't recommend anyone to take loan and invest in cryptocurrencies. Definitely not use credit cards and such for sure. And also people should be aware that the money that they're putting, it could actually get locked, because they cannot exist for short term, because either the price has gone down or no. And also they should know that there is no obligation for anyone to buy back those bitcoins in the future. So people can say bitcoin like a lot of other cryptocurrencies as well. So when they buy it, they are taking that risk, and they could even lose like their entire investment. And also it's very important for people to make sure that their computer or the mobile phones that they're using
Hmm.
is free from any kind of virus and trojans, else it could really like affect, like it could just withdraw automatically and such, and it could make it like complicated. So yeah, the first thing is they should know that the money may never come back, whatever they're investing,
Hmm.
and at least making sure that the security wise,
Hmm.
their mobile phone and computer are clean. So those two are like first and foremost things that they should remember. And then there are various ways in which they can mitigate the risk, to like withdrawing it on their own, or to keep it in a secure location, and such things are things that they could do. And the last final thing is, I mean, we don't know how the government would eventually treat this kind of industry. It could be, we don't have any restrictions today. In
Hmm.
2 years, what will happen? 4 years, what will happen is unknown.
Hmm.
So how the issues can start, it need not be from a company, it need not be from a currency like cryptocurrency like Bitcoin or Litecoin.
Hmm.
It could even be like a country, or it could be because of a regulator, or it could be because of a security breach in the entire network protocol itself. So there
Hmm.
are so many variables where when things could go wrong. So customers should be aware of it, and take their investment, I mean, investment decisions wisely.
Okay, so Mr. Sathvik, all I mentioned is like if any of our viewers has any such further questions, make sure to put them in the comment section, and maybe I'll request any of your company executive or any of your support executive can answer in the comment section. So that would be better because the investors might have query even after this interview. Any kind of queries might come. So I hope you will help on that part.
For sure. We have a team which would help. For a lot of them, the investment into cryptocurrencies for the first time. So we as Unocoin are best positioned to help them because we are more newcomers friendly than rest of the other companies out there.
Okay.
So
yeah, then my question would be like there are so many companies already in the field. Even I have noticed that many companies are doing TV commercials in IPL or in many cricket series and all. So if I choose Unocoin, like how Unocoin is different from all these other players like be it WazirX, CoinDCX and all. So how Unocoin is different? So why I'll prefer Unocoin over other players?
Okay, so the first thing is, I mean, when it comes to the platform, when they go to an exchange directly, they should learn to how to read the chart, how to place bid and ask order, and then to see the market depth. So those are like quite some extent of learning curve exist. But when it comes to Unocoin, we publish a rate at which customers can directly buy it with just one click of a button. But however, for advanced traders, we also have exchange like the other companies have. So in that way, we serve both newcomers in a very easy, straightforward way. And for experienced traders, we provide them exchange, which is comparatively complicated and more complex.
Okay. Okay. So fair enough. I think whatever I have my personal doubts, everything is cleared by now. It's really nice hosting you, and thanks a lot for giving your this time. I hope our viewers already benefited a lot from this interaction. And as I mentioned, like if any of the viewers have any further questions, feel free to post in the comment section. So I'll go to you for closing comments now.
Yeah, thank you, Prasanjit, for allowing me to address your questions and also which could also be the questions from many people across India. And it's very important that whatever messages that we are saying, even though we only can tell in Hindi and English, people like you are really required so that we somehow reach the more regional states and who actually like are not comfortable with Hindi and English yet. And I'm glad I'm able to talk to you today and talk to you about Bitcoin and Unocoin as well. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot. We are closing the show with this note. Make sure to like the video, and as I mentioned, for any queries, make sure feel free to put in the comment section. So that's it as on today, guys. So I'll come with another insightful video on the upcoming days. Stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Have a nice day. Goodbye.